Shalom and good day all, this is Healing29 back again for some indie comic reviews, and in these indie comic reviews I'll be covering Defenders of the Earth, issue 2, along with Final Fight, issue 2. I'll now get things ready and organised for the first one that will be covered. So starting off with Defenders of the Earth, issue 2, written by Dan Didio. Of course we have whoever else is working on it in relation to the colours and the lettering. So the first question is, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? Sure enough it does, to which I give the cover a 7.5 out of 10. Next is the area of the internal art, as we have a look around the beginning, middle and of course the end, and also what is happening story-wise with the characters. So as the story begins, we catch up with Lofa and Algae as they are doing some work in the area of the jungle. And of course Lofa is using his strength against the villains who are there. As we move towards the middle of the story, we catch up with Rick Gordon, and I believe it's Mandrake's apprentice, to which I've forgotten his name. But of course we have the appearance of a character known as Zufi. And last but not least, we catch up with the Ghost Who Walks, who's with Mandrake at the moment, as he also takes on someone who attempts to attack Mandrake himself, due to something happening with him not long afterwards. For the internal art, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move in relation to the area of the story. First things first, do we get anything in relation to this story time-wise? No, we don't. Next is the area of locations. Now this is what I managed to gather up in relation to sort of like what we saw within the story, even though it wasn't pointed out by the writer, though it probably wouldn't hurt to include it. We had the jungle and entertainment venue and what looked to be a camp that was attacked or sieged. The cast of characters consisting of Lofa, Algae, his son. We had Kit Walker, the Phantom, Mandrake. We had Flash and Rick Gordon. Of course, Zufi, and last but not least, the Ghost Who Walks niece, Jeddah. For the overall storytelling, or for the overall story, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. I think they've done a really good job. I think Dan Didio's done a really good job to try to capture these characters as close as possible to those from the original story. And for that, I say well done. Now it's time to move into Final Fight, issue 2. So as we move into Final Fight, issue 2, as you can see, this is a wraparound cover. So does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? Sure enough it does, to which I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move in relation to the area of the internal art, to which I must point out a lot of this art is being shown a lot from the side, which is why I'm going to have to alter the way the art is shown for this story as we look around the beginning, middle, and of course the end. So this is some of the art around the beginning as we meet one of the characters, as well as Cody and whoever else might be present. As we jump towards the middle of the story, we see a bit of a fight between opponents. And last but not least, towards the end, for the internal art, I give it a 7 out of 10. And I just realized something as well. To those who don't realize, if I remember, Matthew Weldon has also worked on Soul Finder with Douglas Ernst. So, and I just remembered this now. So it's really nice to see his art in this story. And it catches me by surprise. It's a pity that I actually didn't quite notice it the first time around, and it's actually taken this second time around to realize it. I'm still going to stick with the rating that I gave the internal art, but now it's time to move in relation to the story. So, first things first, does this story give any indication of time of when some of the events are taking place throughout the day? No, it doesn't. Next is the area of the location, to which we still know that this takes place in Metro City. The cast of characters consisting of Mike Hagar, Sodom, Cody Travers, and I think it's Lacey Morgan. For the overall story rating, I give it a 7 out of 10. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.